When the printer reads change toner, just lift the top cover up, and the toner cartridge has a bit of a handle on the back. There's an arrow pointing back, so just grasp it and pull up and out. You don't have to release anything. Give it a few shakes and put it back in and see if it still reads toner low. If it does, then you need to change it out. But a lot of times it will say low toner when it really has a couple thousand prints left. So you can just shake it and put it back in. The color printer is a bit more complicated. You lift the top cover up first again. Then you have to drop down the exterior cover, and these two green handles, pull out on that until it drops down. And then you have access to the toners. It should indicate which one is low. So whichever one it says is low, grab the two blue handles and just pull straight out to replace it. The same with the black and white printer. Always try shaking it first and then replacing it to see if you can get a few more runs out of it. And when you're replacing it, slide it back into place and make sure it clicks. And then lift the covers back into place.
Often when that jam occurs with the printer, not only will Patron tell you, but there will also be this lovely message on the display. It actually gives you a hint on where the jam is occurring. Right now it says the jam is happening on the rear door. So the first thing that I can do is open up the rear door and see where the jam is actually happening. I do see a little piece of paper and I could probably try to pull this out, but rather than damage it and possibly rip it, I'm going to actually go in through the top. But if I notice, I can actually take out the printer cartridge, and here is the paper right here. If I just gently pull this out, very gently, voila! Jam is cleared. I just have to now put the printer cartridge in, shut all of the lids or any of the other areas that I have open, and the printer will start checking. You will know that it is cleared if it starts successfully printing. Sometimes, if it still is having some problems, what you might want to do is just turn the printer off and on. That's an easy trick that often fixes any kind of problems that you have. The color printer is a monster. It's a bear. Good luck with it. One of the things with this printer is it does like to jam quite a bit. One of the ways that I've prevented jamming is not to load up tray 5, tray 4, tray 3, and just kind of keep all the paper in 2. The reason is the more trays that it has to go through, the more potential for a jam. So try to only keep the paper in 2 or 3, and that's about it. You also have tray 1 here, and there will be people that will ask you to use tray 1. Try to talk them out of it if possible, because it's not a fun tray to deal with. There are a few different places where jams can occur. The one thing that I would recommend is first lift the cover. You'll see that a jam can actually occur here, and there might be some paper in here. Be careful with this because it can be a very hot surface and you really don't want to touch anything if at all possible, but jams do happen there quite a bit. Also, you might want to unlatch the top cover and then remove the ink cartridge area. Jams actually can occur right here in this black part, and even behind one of the ink cartridges. So you make sure that you pull them out. Again, the display is really going to tell you what's going on and where the jam is occurring. But if it doesn't, you might want to just check those areas and see if a jam is happening there. Let's close everything back up. And if successful, the printer should start saying ready once it's completed.